Imagine a land shrouded in ancient myths and legends, where giants once roamed the earth and heroes rose to face unimaginable challenges. In this mystical realm, a towering figure named Goliath loomed large, his name echoing through the ages. In the ancient Bible story of David and Goliath, we usually hear about Goliath as the big scary giant. But have you ever wondered about his family? Do you know he had brothers? But what if I told you that Goliath's story is just the beginning? Today we delve deep into a story that's captivating generations, the epic tale of Goliath and his mighty family. But this narrative has a twist that you've likely never heard before. Are you ready to discover the hidden truths and untold mysteries behind Goliath and his brothers? If so, stay with us as we uncover the secrets of Goliath's family like never before. This is a story you won't want to miss. From ancient biblical history, we usually know Goliath as the great and fearsome giant. But have you ever thought about his family and history? First, we need to look at the Bible's words closely. One part, 2 Samuel chapter 21, says, "These four were born to the giant in Gath." So Goliath had 4 sons, right? But wait, in another part, 1 Chronicles chapter 20, it calls one of the giants Lamy and says he's the brother of Goliath. That needs to be clarified. In 1 Chronicles chapter 20, the other 2 giants are called descendants of the giants and descended from the giants, using plural words. But 2 Samuel chapter 21 uses singular words, saying they're descendants of the giant. What's happening here? To solve this puzzle, we need to understand the Hebrew words. In Hebrew, Rapha and Rapha talk about a person named Rapha, not giants. These words are like names, not regular expressions. So a big important person named Rapha had 5 sons, one of whom was Goliath. This means the 4 mentioned in the Bible were Rapha's sons, not Goliath's sons. This helps us to make the sense of their family. You might wonder why we should care about these giants in the Bible. Well, giants like Goliath were more than just colossal beings. They embodied immense strength and posed formidable challenges that demanded unwavering courage and divine assistance. And if you're hungry for more knowledge about these enigmatic giants, we invite you to check out our video titled Nephilim and the Fallen Angels: Secret History of Giants. There you'll delve deeper into the captivating world of these larger-than-life figures and uncover the hidden secrets behind their existence. With this newfound understanding of Goliath's family, the legend showdown between David and Goliath takes on a new dimension. It's not just a battle against one giant, it's a clash against a lineage of powerful adversaries. Join us as we introduce you to each of Goliath's brothers and unravel their significance in the biblical history. Ishbi-Benob. One of the first giants we encounter is Ishbi-Benob. In 2 Samuel chapter 21, verses 16 through 17, we read about his formidable presence on the battlefield. He was the son of Rapha, just like Goliath. What makes Ishbi-Benob intriguing is his enormous spear, which weighed 300 shekels of brass. This weapon was no ordinary spear. It symbolized his strength and prowess in combat. But here's the twist in the story. Ishbi-Benob, like his brothers, met his end at the hands of David and his brave warriors. It's fascinating how these seemingly invincible giants fell, one by one, to the courage of mere mortals. Saph, or Sippe. Next in line is Saph, also known as Sippe. While not as famous as Goliath, his existence is crucial to understanding the scope of Rapha's family. Like his brothers, Saph too met his fate on the battlefield. Lami. Lami is the brother of Goliath mentioned in 1 Chronicles chapter 20. His name adds a layer of complexity to the family tree. Why was Lami specifically called the brother of Goliath? It could be because Lami had a significant role in the ongoing battles against the giants. His name may not be recognized as Goliath, but he was part of this fearsome lineage. The unnamed. One of the most curious members of Raph's family is the unnamed giant with an extraordinary physical feature. This giant had 6 fingers on each hand and 6 toes on each foot, making him truly an anomaly. His unusual condition made him stand out even among his giant siblings. In ancient times, people often attach great significance to physical abnormalities, and the giant's condition indeed added to the legend of Raph's family. Imagine the shock and awe he must have inspired on the battlefield. Goliath, the most famous brother. Finally, we return to the most famous member of Raph's family, Goliath. Goliath's name has become synonymous with giants, and his story is the stuff of legends. His epic battle against the young David is a timeless tale of courage and faith. But there's more to Goliath than just being a formidable opponent. He was part of a lineage of giants who posed a significant challenge to the people of Israel. His defeat by David marked a turning point in biblical history, illustrating that even the mightiest can be brought down by unwavering faith and determination. Let's dive now deeper into the battles between David and these giants. Prepare to uncover the strategies, tactics, and unwavering courage that define these epic clashes. Goliath, the giant that inspired legends. His massive structure and fearsome reputation struck terror in the hearts of the Israelites. Goliath challenged the Israelites for 40 days to send a champion to face him in a single combat. And for 40 days, King Saul and his army trembled, unable to find a warrior brave enough to confront this behemoth. Enter David, a young shepherd armed with nothing but a sling and stones. His strategy? Speed and precision. David understood that facing Goliath in close combat would be suicide, giving the giant's enormous size and strength. So he relied on his agility and skill with the sling, a weapon he had honed while protecting his sheep. David's choice of the sling as his weapon was no accident. While it may seem like a humble tool, the sling was deadly in the hands of a skilled user. With it, David could strike his target with remarkable accuracy from a safe distance. The speed at which he could launch a stone was astonishing, catching Goliath off guard. Goliath, encumbered by heavy armor and a massive spear, was ill-prepared for such an unconventional attack. His confidence in his size and strength led him to underestimate the young shepherd. Little did he know that David's strategy was not to match his might, but to exploit his vulnerabilities. The Bible tells us that David carefully selected 5 smooth stones from a brook. Why 5? David anticipated more challenges from the giants, or perhaps had a contingency plan. Regardless, each stone represented a chance for David to strike with precision. With unwavering faith in his God and abilities, David launched a single stone from his sling. It found its mark, hitting Goliath squarely in the forehead. The giant fell to the ground, stunned and defeated. David's strategy had worked flawlessly. Ishbi-Benob, Saph, and Limi, facing David's army. Let's focus on the battle against Goliath's brother, Ishbi-Benob, Saph, and Limi. These giants too met their fate on the battlefield. But how did David and his army approach these formidable adversaries? David's strategy remained consistent. He relied on his soldiers' bravery and his tactical acumen. The giants' great size and strength could be disadvantaged in combat, as they often needed more agility and speed than their opponents. David's army would have used a hit-and-run tactic to exploit the giants' slower movements and target vulnerable areas. For instance, In the case of Ishbi-Benob, who wielded a massive spear, the soldiers might have aimed to stay out of the weapon's reach, closing in only when the opponents for a precise strike presented themselves. The same tactics would apply to Saf and Limi, who would be defeated through careful planning and teamwork despite the giant stature. The Unnamed. This peculiar giant's condition made him an unusual opponent on the battlefield. While the exact details of the battles are not proven in the biblical text, one can only imagine the shock and awe he must have inspired. Considering his physical abnormality, David and his army would have cautiously approached this giant. His enormous hands and feet might have given him an advantage in some aspects of combat, but they also presented vulnerabilities that could be exploited. The key to victory would have been identifying the best strategy to neutralize this unique opponent. And now it's time to uncover this giant family's ultimate fate and reflect on the story's lasting impact on biblical history. What happened to their legacy? Did the giants leave a lasting mark on history, or did their stories fade into oblivion? As we explore their decline, the giants' presence in biblical narratives dwindled. With the giants defeated and their numbers dwindling, their influence in biblical narratives gradually waned. The later books of the Bible shifted their focus on other stories and characters, leaving the giants in the shadows of history. While the giants may have faded from the pages of the Bible, their legacy endured in popular culture. The tale of David's victory over Goliath symbolized the underdog triumphing against all odds. It inspired countless stories, songs, and works of art, resonating with people through the ages. In the face of daunting challenges, it's not always sheer physical might that prevails, but rather the indomitable spirit, unwavering faith, and relentless commitment to uphold what is just. We sincerely appreciate you joining us on this enlightening voyage through the annals of biblical history. If you found this video intriguing and crave more riveting content like this, please do us the honor of clicking that like button and subscribing to our channel, and commenting to share your thoughts. Here's a thought-provoking question we'd love to hear you answer in the comments. Which other biblical tales resonate with you, inspiring courage and unwavering determination?